Hey, do you see Kaepernick coming back? I mean, he tried out with the Raiders recently, but I heard the tryout wasn't all that great.
I heard it was a disaster. I heard it was one of the worst workouts ever. I'm wondering how the hell this happened and the tape didn't get out, right? I mean, somebody wasn't over the fence or nothing? Come on, man.
This video is brought to you by the Officer Tatum Store. The Officer Tatum Store. I am excited to announce to you guys that we got the Fathers Matter hats back in stock. Matter of fact, I got me one on right now, but I like to wear it to the back. Get you a hat today. You better get it now. We only have about 70 of them left. So if you want the hat, get it now. If you've been notified, take advantage of it now because it takes about 2 weeks for us to restock this hat. So if you want it, get it now. Put in discount code United We Stand, you get 20% off. Like and subscribe to the channel. Hit the bell so you get notifications anytime I go live and make a video. Make sure you still subscribe to this channel, like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Let's get in this. Can I talk about Colin Kaepernick? Quick backstory on Colin Kaepernick is that in 2017, Colin Kaepernick changed my life. Why did he change your life, Mr. Tatum? Because I ripped him a new one with him kneeling for the national anthem on Facebook, and it got 70 million views. And that started my political career. So thank you, Colin Kaepernick, for being an idiot. I also want to thank Barack Obama because if it wasn't for Barack Obama, I'd still be a Democrat. So thank you for Barack Obama for waking me up. Thank you, Colin Kaepernick, for starting my career off because you deserve to be disrespected.
We do not have time for this kind of silliness.
The fact that you are kneeling for the national anthem and all of those foolery. Now, what is he doing now, ladies and gentlemen? Let's walk through the timeline. He opted out of a contract back when he was in the NFL because he was riding the bench. And if you ask me, his little woke girlfriend, who's a racist, and my opinion is that she's a racist based on the totality of what I've seen her do. She's making him grow his hair out. He want to be wearing dashikis, and he was raised by white people. So Mr. Dashiki, because he had to sit on the bench, he's mad now. Finding a reason to draw attention to himself, he kneels for the national anthem. At first, he was sitting on the bench, but then he started kneeling for the national anthem. And he didn't even say nothing to anybody. Then after they asked him, he started bringing up police brutality, disrespecting law enforcement by wearing pig socks during practice, letting everybody know he's an absolute idiot with a Fidel Castro shirt on, pushing communism. That's not enough. He opted out of his contract. He had a couple offers from NFL teams, and he refused because he felt like they weren't paying him enough. He leaves the NFL. He makes this whole fuss that he'd been blackballed. Ray Lewis came out and publicly testified. Now, I say publicly testified. He testified to the public, not in the court hearing. But he made a declaration that he got Colin Kaepernick a spot with the Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens. But then Colin Kaepernick's girlfriend posted a picture of the image from the Django and Chains, the slave hugging the slave master, and she depicted Ray Lewis and the head coach of the Ravens in that picture that she shared online. They said, screw this guy, Colin Kaepernick, and his girlfriend. We're not giving him an opportunity. Fast forward, he sues the NFL. I think it was a class action lawsuit. I don't know exactly what the litigation was, but he ended up suing them and winning millions of dollars. He goes off and gets $1 million deal with Nike. Then he makes a documentary on Netflix claiming that the NFL draft is consistently similar to black slaves being auctioned in the slave trade. Made the comparison to the NFL. And now he's trying to get a job in the NFL. Now, everybody know who Warren Sapp is. Probably arguably, maybe the young people don't know. But arguably, Warren Sapp is probably the most prolific defensive tackle, nose tackle. I think he played nose and probably three technique in NFL history. This is what he had to say about Colin Kaepernick, his workout that he just did recently, trying to get back in the NFL.
Hey, do you see Kaepernick coming back? I mean, he tried out with the Raiders recently, but I heard the tryout wasn't all that great.
I heard it was a disaster. I heard it was one of the worst workouts ever. I'm wondering how the hell this happened and the tape didn't get out, right? I mean, somebody wasn't over the fence or nothing? Come on, man. We live in a world right now where you put a drone up. Hey, it ain't like they can stop you. They ain't gonna stop the workout talking about there's a drone up here. We don't know who this is. I mean, what? Come on, let's run this. They don't even send them up the ladder anymore. You remember we used to go out to practice? Send the guy up the thing, he's shooting practice off. Unbelievable.
Just imagine that you're a business owner and a person at your company decides to sue you because you're discriminating against them. And they not only sue you, they publicly humiliate you. And then they win a settlement against you. And then they go on and make a documentary of how trashy your company is, and they liken your recruiting practices to slavery. Now, riddle me this, Batman. What is the likelihood of you hiring that employee back? What's the likelihood? If anybody on my staff sue me and say I'm a racist, and then make a documentary about me or do a Facebook Live. I mean, we can even go that far and say that I'm a racist and I did them wrong and I didn't have to pay them a settlement, and then they come back to me and say, hey, I would love to work for you again, and you have to pay me to work for you. I'm probably going to go to jail. I might go to jail. That's how silly Colin Kaepernick sounds with his pursuit to convince people that he should be playing in the NFL. I'm gonna make this point, and I'm gonna shut the front door. Colin Kaepernick ain't that good. He wasn't that good. Let me explain this to you. There's a XY intercept, right? There's a chart. There's a graph for this stuff. Your drama can't supersede your talent. So if you are an NFL player and your talent is a 10 and your drama is a 6, they will keep you. If your drama is a 5, if your drama is an 8 and your talent is a 4, you ain't never playing in the NFL again. Let me give you an example. Why did Antonio Brown stay in the NFL as long as he did and ended up getting on a Super Bowl championship team? Because his talent outweighed all that drama you saw. How did Michael Vick get back into the league? He went to prison. He killed dogs and did prison time. And got back in the NFL, ended up starting, and left his NFL career. I think he left his legacy pretty well off. You could go down a list of people who were drama, who got problems. Every time you turn around, they always in the media. Terrell Owens was the same way. Terrell Owens seemed to be a problem everywhere he go. Didn't appear that he got along with a lot of people in the locker room. You could go down the list. Deshaun Jackson. Deshaun Jackson, right? That's who you were saying. Deshaun Watson. I was gonna say Deshaun Jackson too, the wide receiver. I actually played with him in high school. He a problem. He's still playing, starting. Deshaun Watson. He Mr. Touchy Feely himself. Mr. Happy Ending. Listen, I think it was like 200 women that came out and said he tried to get a little freaky neaky on a massage. That dude is still being considered to be a starting quarterback in the NFL. So what are you telling me that Colin Kaepernick, because of a racial discrimination against a biracial man who's raised by white people, is more concerning to the NFL and their bank account than a dude that's been accused of sexually assaulting women? Not to say he did any of it. I think he settled like 20 cases or something with women to get him to go away, which let me speak on that just real quick, and I won't be long. If you ask me my educated opinion, I'd say I think Deshaun Watson probably did do a little too much with at least one or two of them women, maybe even 5 or 6 of them. But 100 of them, or how many of them came out? Let me translate that for you, ladies and gentlemen. The dude had no business getting these private massages with all these different women and then giving them any room to say he did anything. Now, I was born during the day. I wasn't born yesterday, and as a young man, I can see him very well trying to push up on these girls and get a happy ending. However, a man of that stature, that type of money, that type of access, I doubt that he's doing it to that many different women, especially when you don't hear about it till the lawsuits come out. 1 or 2 women come out, now all 45,000 of them want money. They don't want a police report. They want money. So just imagine there are some women who are victimized, and then the rest of them probably are not victimized, and that's just my opinion. And that is my synopsis on that subject matter. I don't want to get into the weeds because people really get in their feelings when you start telling the truth about things that go on in the realm of women. There's a lot of great women in the world, and there's a lot of really bad ones. And have you seen over the years that it has played out that way? Brett Kavanaugh, Donald Trump, he grabbed him by the, you know what, all these women coming out and saying that he did it, and then where they at now? I ain't even heard from him. Brett Kavanaugh supposedly pushed himself up on a lady 100 years ago when he was a kid, one day in a room in a house that she don't remember, and then somehow she supposedly walked like 13 miles home in the complete pitch black darkness and don't even remember she did it. Come on, man, you can't make this stuff up.